Welcome back to our channel for another music reaction. This one is going to be a request from Hakeem. Shout out to him. He requested a couple things. We did the Cake music reaction from Lupe. Now we're going to do Mural. And I know this song. I already know what we're about to head into. We are going deep within a portal of content that is capable of blowing people's minds. I remember this. I think this is... I don't know if it was that Japanese themed album. In fact, I think the track opens up with this like instrumentation, this sample or something from some Asian inspired music, I guess. I don't even know how to explain it, but if I remember, that was the theme of the album. It had that kind of theme and undertone. Anyways, this is a long track. This is complete lyrical flexing. This is going to be a long video. And I already prepared myself mentally for this video. His music can actually wear you out. I don't think people realize it. You have to be prepared to listen to deep Lupe. And Lupe's got different modes. This is one of those things where it's like a 10-round boxing fight. You know, I don't know how else to explain it. Anyways, let's do this reaction for Hakeem. We're going to try to do this as best as we can. Talented, really creative Lupe in this track. All right, let's do this. Now, I know it's just a sample from something probably, but the choice of music selected for this, I mean, that's a very beautiful introduction to a song. Her voice inflection, her singing clearly has emotion in it. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Very nice musically. Nice voice. Uh-oh. Lupe. Yeah.
Raw chemicals, vitamins and minerals, and Vicodin within the tubes wrapped around the arm. The seated vein like a chicken on the bond. Top cat chat, let's begin another yawn. Let's fly in sausage cheese, or is it chicken palm? But roosters don't fly like boosters don't buy. So what powers cowards to get them to the top? Just to fall asleep, listen in the Bach. The ribbon in the sky is the ribbon that I drop. Dribbling the eye across the prism of a clock that lacks meaning, but racks up stacks of fat reading to catch chief and wrapped up plants from trap dealings. Now what's a coffin with a scratch ceiling? And what's the talking without the match feeling? That's berry living and cherry picking every lemon from your berry system, then proceed with the pack feeding. When I was young, I had visions of another world, sneaking looks at the porn stash of my brother Hurl. Incense smoke made vortices and other curls, casting calls for porn films and ad space for rubber girls.
All right, so I think what Lupe is doing here, he's discussing things that are considered to be some of the ills of the world. Right? Some of the real issues within society. And I don't need to call attention to them. I think it's pretty clear and evident what he's doing here. I think Lupe is a very, righteous, pious person in terms of how he views the world. And I think he's calling to some of these problems, which has been a theme within his music for basically since his first album. Okay, so he's got us thinking, talking about society, problems that people face, and some of the bad things of the world.
When I was young, I had visions of another world, sneaking looks at the porn stash of my brother Hurl. Incense smoke made vortices and other curls, casting calls for porn films and ad space for rubber girls. I like my pancakes cut in swirls, Moroccan moles and undercover squirrels. I like cartoons, southern cities with large moons, faith healers, ex-female drug dealers, and art booms. Apologize for my weird mix, what tastes like hot dogs and tear drips, and looks like pantomime and clear bricks. and smells like shotguns and deer piss. They on they hunt, kinda salty that I'm going hard.
I wonder if that's a callback to him talking about southern moons. Those are kind of like southern themes, right? Hunting and things like that. I don't know. Lupe's all over the place in this one.
It tastes like hot dogs and tear drips, and looks like pantomime and clear bricks, and smells like shotguns and deer piss. They on they hunt, kinda salty that I'm going hard. First part of a party that I throw in pods. 1 minute you playing pool, next minute you throwing darts. But that's how you do with a party that you throwing bars. I run the gambit like I'm throwing cards. Popular mechanics to overdosing hard. Paint cold pictures like Nova Scotia landscapes. Nerd gang, McMandelbrot sets when we handshake. A word game back up, playing that can damn lakes back up. The word playing that the man states means I can still be the man if the dam breaks and when demand breaks.
I really like that connection. I do, because I think the previous bars had something about dams and water and all that. Let's keep going.
Some reflections, what they can't face, but Pyrrha still treat the mirror like it's a fan base. The unfettered veteran, the eagle-feathered man of medicine that hovers above cities like weathermen, or maybe weather woman. Whatever better to tell you weather coming. I prefer girls to rain all over the world, and not rain like Rain Man, or rain like rain dance, or rain like a slight chance of rain when it's rain, and a rain like dear slaves to Santa Claus, slave man, but rain like queens that reign over made man, and not queen like Queen Killer, Rhapsody Bohemian Queen, but queen like white glove, wave hand. And not wave hand like it's a heat wave, so you make a fan by waving your hand. I'm talking wave like you saying, hey, man. And not hate for horses and horses like you almost voiceless. You gotta treat your vocal cords like it's a fortress, and treat every single one of your words like reinforcements, and especially when you...
Hold up. That weather, rain, and then reign as in overseeing a kingdom or something, like Lupe?
Whatever better to tell you weather coming. I prefer girls to rain all over the world, and not rain like Rain Man, or rain like rain dance, or rain like a slight chance of rain when it's rain, and a rain like dear slaves to Santa Claus, slave man, but rain like queens that reign over made man, and not queen like Queen Killer, Rhapsody Bohemian Queen, but queen like white glove, wave hand. And not wave hand like it's a heat wave, so you make a fan by waving your hand. I'm talking wave like you saying, hey, man. And not hate for horses and horses like you almost voiceless. You gotta treat your vocal cords like it's a fortress, and treat every single one of your words like reinforcements. And
all right, so then he goes into that whole like reign concept and like reigning over a kingdom, and then he calls about queens, and then he mentioned, you know, the musical artist Queen, the rock band from the 80s. Just really moving between the topic, but he's kind of, it's like an onion. It's like layers, and he's just kind of moving between these different connected ideas. They're all connected, but they're kind of moving away from one another. It's a really interesting way that he spins this. Really good stuff here from Lupe. And we're like not even halfway through the track.
And not hate for horses and horses like you almost voiceless. You gotta treat your vocal cords like it's a fortress, and treat every single one of your words like reinforcements, and especially when you're recording, cause that's the portion that's important. When I was reporting that I was poor, but now I'm more than, it's still hooker hills on my sugar hills and sweet spots. Crying shames make margarita rims from cheap tops. Deep plots in Florida ceiling windows for my pea pots. A little scene, swift as sickle swings to make the wheat drop. In 100 words for them hummingbirds that like to eavesdrop and fan out like peacocks with a parakeet that beatbox. So the sun rise when the beat drop, and the sun dies when the beat stops. Then it unties, then it relocks, then it relapse, then it detox, then he back like a heat pack on his kneecaps at the weak spot, cause he want what we got, like, yeah.
Did you guys catch he gave the listener a break? Like, if you were listening to this all the way through, you would have needed a break before this. We kind of broke it up to do commentary, but if you listen back to that, and I like the bird themes here and how he does this.
When I was reporting that I was poor, but now I'm more than, it's still hooker hills on my sugar hills and sweet spots. Crying shames make margarita rims from cheap tops. Deep plots in Florida ceiling windows for my pea pots. A little scene, swift as sickle swings to make the wheat drop. In 100 words for them hummingbirds that like to eavesdrop and fan out like peacocks with a parakeet that beatbox. So the sun rise when the beat drop, and the sun dies when the beat stops. Then it unties, then it relocks, then it relapse, then it detox, then he back like a heat pack on his kneecaps at the weak spot, cause he want what we got, like, yeah.
So it's tied into that last bar where he said, and the sun dies when the beat drops. And then he goes again. All right, really, really clever stuff. By the way, that piano, while it's very simple, it's really, really nice. And it's built into the beat that I think gives him rhythm as he delivers his rhymes. So I really like it.
Then forge poetry like a young honorary Morrissey, then spit it to the golden lock thoughts who like they porridge all watery, not scorching nor sorbity from the still orbiting sorcerer sorcery, coming down gorgeously. Just like a Stacy Dash waterfall, a more torturing, a waterboarding Barbie doll, a river of women like Brazilian carnival, swimming in feminine bikinis made out of barbasol. Somebody give them the volleyballs. If you love her, don't ever send her to Molly Malls. Homie, if she lonely, she might end up in Macaulay's claws, coming out the closet over goblets down at Mardi Gras. The fame, champagne, walk.
Word to the wise. That's advice.
Somebody give them the volleyballs. If you love her, don't ever send her to Molly Malls. Homie, if she lonely, she might end up in Macaulay's claws, coming out the closet over goblets down at Mardi Gras. The fame, champagne, walk of shame, lobby call. My rap position was black condition and activism, ammunition for abolition missions, attacking systems, but they not after listen, less is dropping no Activision.
Hold up. This is Lupe's plight. Lupe always fighting for the good cause. Awareness. Social consciousness. And a lot of people say, we don't understand you. We don't get you. The listeners, you got to dumb it down. Remember Dumb It Down? It's that kind of theme. Activision, I think that's the gaming company, if I remember correctly. Right? Saying that, the message doesn't get delivered unless you do it that way. He ain't lying, man.
The fame, champagne, walk of shame, lobby call. My rap position was black condition and activism, ammunition for abolition missions, attacking systems, but they not after listen, less is dropping no Activision. Are we apps or are we bodies filled with apparitions, operating applications stuck inside an Apple prison, chicken hacking, download updates that lack religion, or are we more? Then soil tainting, disloyal changelings, preoccupied with boy and goyle, chasing and foiling others royal saintings. I sit back and watch the world through eye holes in my oil paintings. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Unless you Virgin Mary, nothing do it but to trust. Believe all that, unless you judge. Life is not a dictionary, it's a thesaurus. And I feel like a missionary to a clitoris, the water bearer air of traditions that I swear to never change my chair position or conditions of my porridge. Submission for sedition against the religion of a chorus. Keep them golden weed thieves out the motherfucking forest. As I perform a nerve storm, I prefer my pictures in word form. Bury the hatchet like how a bird born. As I paint cold pictures like Kool-Aid facing condensation, having conversations with flavorful combinations, slave to my concentration. So that's OJ the Juice Man meets OJ with 2 hands and 2 gloves. That's too snug to judge who was who drew blood. And Lupe, look at all these toucans.
What was that? Yo. The themes and connectivity in his music is crazy.
Chair position or conditions of my porridge. Submission for sedition against the religion of a chorus. Keep them golden weed thieves out the motherfucking forest. As I perform a nerve storm, I prefer my pictures in word form. Bury the hatchet like how a bird born. As I paint cold pictures like Kool-Aid facing condensation, having conversations with flavorful combinations, slave to my concentration. So that's OJ the Juice Man meets OJ with 2 hands and 2 gloves. That's too snug to judge who was who drew blood. And Lupe, look at all these toucans.
I paint cold pictures like Kool-Aid facing condensation, flavorful combinations, slave to my concentration. You're always taste testing the Kool-Aid. And then the connection there is OJ to Juice Man, right? Connecting the drinks. OJ with 2 hands and 2 gloves. You guys remember the whole case. Too snug to judge who was. Remember the Judge Ito and all that, the whole trial. he's crazy.
Two hands and two gloves, that's too snug to judge who was who drew blood. And Lupe, look at all these toucans.
Call back to the birds.
In a cemetery full of tomahawks, giving middle fingers to the pigeons doing somersaults. Road runners don't fall off cliffs, they run across anomalies by the colony, flukes by the reservoir. While in pursuers end up as poofs on the desert floor. Levitating youths who know the truth of where the fountain hides. Buckaroo roofs painting tunnels onto the mountainsides. 1,000 parts a pound, a heart, an ounce of eyes, announcing out a doubt, and mouth pronounces out accounts of lies. Chocolate counts by the counts of 5. Refrigerator roof full of animals and monsters. Incinerator shoots in the manual for Contra. Assorted memories from my childhood. Absorbing energy from the wild woods. Electronic combat, Konami signed contract. Chinese char killing cucarachas on contact. Chicago, spread gun aficionado. Efficient spitting, bridging divisions isn't Chicano. Who's the boss? If it isn't, listen Milano. Do the call, ninja mission into the Congo. Polarized envy of the older guys. Black Obi Shinobi hitting Keno in the face with all my throwing knives. Sub-Zero guiding, hiding, riding in the pack as well. Sound Village, Leaf Village, Wolf Spirit, magic spells, yeah. Dodging rain and catching hell. Face seers need samurais to catch the L. Special research vessels made for catching whales. Fillet of fish, ship, sea shepherd, peppered with extra sails.
I already know where he's going, right? Now you got the transition of the animals. You know, it was birds, and now it's fish or aquatic creatures. The vivid descriptions of his childhood, I think everybody can relate to, you know, cereal being on top of the fridge. And then he's talked about Konami, right? So you think back to all the games that you played, Street Fighter. I think he even said like Ryu somewhere in the track. Wow.
Rewrite history, liberty needs a better bell. Maybe harder irons and carbon fibers that never fail. Smarter science mixed with our art alliance, a fairy tale. Or maybe just a metal pail you hit with steel tools to announce you've had enough and dropping out of SEAL school. Just like trout jumping out their house to let their gills cool. Cuba scuba couldn't take the temperature of my skill pool, yeah. Said it feels cool to kill fools. Slipping through the cracks like when you try to grill gruel. Techno Viking water bottle when not following pill rules. Will have you off the throttle when you should be modeling chill move. Roller skate maker, or you just cobbling wheel shoes. Overweight taster, of king's food that kills crews. Oblivious featherweight baker who autograph cakes whenever his quill moves over your milieu.
Nice.
Simple as a Buddhist monk in the temple standing in some hill grooves with the abbot practicing stillness. Real still till he realizes realness. Defeat Samsara, achieves nirvana and brilliance, yeah.
Oh. Ooh. All right. I remember this song vividly, and doing this reaction and having the lyrics up just reminds me how acrobatic Lupe is. How well he's able to connect the themes and the ideas within verses and then in previous verses and other lines, and keeping the themes all connected. That might be one of his most incredible talents. So it's content, it's lyrics, it's wordplay, it's the connectivity of the themes, and I think his ability to stay with those themes. These are not sporadic and random ideas. Like when he starts writing his songs, he wants a theme to be remaining within the whole track. And I mean, within the song, you have vivid descriptions of childhood. There's elements of fear. There's elements of doubt. There's elements of pain and sorrow and the bad things in the world and the things that you enjoyed in your past and modern. And it's so personal. There's so many relatable ideas in this, I think, is why the Lupe listener continues to wait at every developing idea that Lupe brings in his new music. There will never come a day where the Lupe fan, the Lupe listener, stops listening to his old music, stops listening to his new music, and will always wait for his new music. He is absolutely incredible. This music is not for everybody. I understand the listener of Lupe. They're comfortable in complex ideas. They're comfortable in the complexity of the bars. And they don't mind listening to his music over and over again, deriving new meaning and catching new things all the time. I've listened to this song 1,000,000 times. There's new things I'm catching within this track basically every time I listen. The thing that makes this a hard listen for some people is They're going to be tired. There are some listeners who will not be able to synthesize all the things in the song. This is a complicated track in some ways when it comes to the content, but man, this was really enjoyable, and getting to see all the lyrics and kind of helps you kind of understand where he was in his thinking and the way he wrote the song. Man, I didn't mean to make this that long, man, but I mean, an 8-minute song was going to take a 20-minute reaction for sure. That is an impressive song. I think this is one of his most creative songs, and I think it's one of his most creative sets of lyrics, and I really enjoyed it. Shout out to Akeem. Thanks for recommending this to us. Do me a solid. Drop me some comments. Let me know what you guys thought of the song and my reaction. If there's something else from Lupe you want to see, let me know about it. In the description, there are ways to support us. We can't monetize these song reactions, so if you want to support us, you can, and you can request other songs from Lupe or anybody else and things you want to see us react to. But like, share, and subscribe. Check out some more of our reactions, and we'll see you all in the next one.